Lots of questions coming in on gender. You may or may not be pleased to know. Mr. Starmer, what is a woman? If you don't say she's an adult female, I shall not vote Labour, as I have all my life. That's from Merrill in Leicester. Another one for Sir Keir. Has his party decided on the definition of what a woman is? And has the Labour Party policy on single-sex spaces and trans rights changed? What is it? And another one, could you ask Sir Keir if he ever thought he'd be stumped over the question, what is a woman? And why do we ask this question and not what is a man? That's from Michael as well. I guess, I suppose the question is, why did you announce a change in gender recognition policy via an article in The Guardian? There was no press release, there were no interviews. You're trying to sneak it out because it's a tricky one for you?
No.
You all struggle with it, the penis question, don't you?
Look, firstly, a woman is an adult female, so let's clear that one up. Secondly, in relation to the process, after we finished, we had by-elections last week. We had a fantastic win in Selby, as you know, overturning a 20,000 majority, Tory majority. We've never done that in the history of the Labour Party. But as we finished that, and then we went to Nottingham for a 3-day national policy forum, which doesn't sound too interesting, but it's where the Labour Party grinds through its policy. And at the end of that, we have agreed policy that came out at about 3 o'clock on Sunday on a whole range of issues, including on gender recognition, and it gave us the chance to reflect on what happened in Scotland recently in relation to gender recognition, and to be clear that we want to...
What happened?
We want to modernise the legislation.
Well, Scottish Labour disagrees with you, that they're continuing to back de-medicalising the process.
Yeah, we don't agree. We don't think that self-identification is the right way forward. We've reflected on what happened in Scotland.
What?
And therefore there should... Well, as you know, there was a law passed that...
well, I thought you were reflecting on the specific prisoner.
That's an aspect of what was going on in Scotland, but there was a law, as you know, there's a bill going through in relation to this. But
that became very emblematic, and it was separate from the legal process. But anyway, yeah, carry on.
Sure.
Carry on.
So we've set out that we want to modernise the process, get rid of some of the indignities in the process, keep it a medical process, and we've always said and continue to say. And Sunday, when we completed our policy forum, allowed us to be clear that there should be safe spaces for women, particularly in relation to violence against women and girls. And when I was Director of Public Prosecution, spent a lot of time dealing with cases of violence against women and girls, and therefore feel very strongly about these safe spaces for women.
And why are trans women, are you saying they're disproportionately likely to be violent in these situations? I don't understand. What are you saying?
No, I think that it's more that women biological women who've been subject to violence against women and girls want a safe space where they can feel
safe. From what?
Well, a safe space where they can feel that they are, properly supported and protected. And this comes from the tales of survivors.
Why wouldn't they be properly and supported and protected? I don't understand. Why wouldn't that be the case?
Well, I think the Scottish prisoner case probably answers that question in terms of...
There are a lot of people in the Isla Bryson was the name of the person. You think there are a lot of examples of that?
I'm not saying there's a lot of examples of that, but I do think the principle of safe spaces is very important for women.
Thank you, and